wildlife friends and family at home. This is a very special program today. I'm sharing with you Mr. Tony here as your recycled reporter for the Nature News today. I'm about to share something that's very close to my heart today, which is, and passionate about actually, which is recycling, art, and nature combined today. So who here at home recycles? I hope so. We did the stats and we found out recycling is something extremely important. For humans, we produce so much garbage a year, it's so hard to catch up on. About 1.5 tons of trash is generated by every person every single year. And that means we're creating about 4 pounds of trash a day, just us alone. So how can we take that down a notch? Maybe we need to get creative as a team and work together with not only reduce, reuse, recycle, but also upcycle. So upcycling is something really cool. It's out there, people have heard about it, where we're taking trash and turning it into treasure. And this can be done anywhere, any age, any person, especially being stuck at home right now. This is a great way to get the family, kids, and everyone together, hands-on, to make a difference. And that's what we're gonna do today. So a couple of quick stats. When we look at trash, we break it into different categories, like, let's say, for instance, styrofoam. Styrofoam is one of those materials that you usually see everything packed in nowadays, or at least things floating on the beach made out of this. And styrofoam is something that never decomposes. Anyone know what decompose means at home? All right, it means to break down over time. Good job, scientific word of the day. This never breaks down back into nature at all. So styrofoam is something we definitely need to upsculpt or upcycle, because it's just gonna sit around on the beaches and fill landfills. So this is one example. Anybody know what this is called? Very good, a buoy. Not a buoy, but a buoy. These buoys float along and they get cut off the lobster fisherman traps, and they float along the beach. I find them all the time. Instead of throwing them away, there's so many uses for them. This one is a tribute to a very special bird of prey that I just saw at the window 2 minutes ago, the osprey. And each one is a celebration of native creatures, indigenous animals that are facing our pollution issues today, just like this bird did years and years ago. So this one I've recycled into a really cool osprey buoy celebrating that bird. Now this one right over here, this one is the great blue heron. And this one I decided to take it and turn it into something really different. Most people are like, what is that? Well, it's a lamp. And who would have thought you could have taken a piece of garbage and turned it into the light in your world, right? And that's maybe our job. As creative thinkers, who's a creative thinker or artist out there? I think everybody has talents that they can share, at least dive into. This one is something that is very dear. This is the great blue heron. We see that right in our water. Well, what gets affected by our pollution? The water. So this one was turned into a beautiful lamp that is used in my little girl's bedroom now today. Now, plastics, well, actually we'll go back to styrofoam. Styrofoam also can be used in insulation in houses and other things. Well, this was actually the blue styrofoam that they used to insulate and fireproof houses and things like that. Well, the scraps get thrown away, they never decompose. So there's a whole series of these trees in the hallway here at the refuge you can check out. They're carved from that styrofoam, celebrating cavity nesters and other creatures that live in trees. So again, we can reuse these materials and do something really cool with. Decorating houses and making the world a more beautiful place. For plastics, this is really crazy. Plastics take over 500 years to break down. And we have so many options nowadays to take care of this issue, whether it's recycling it, you can even get money for bottles now, right? 5 cents for deposit. But also the creative people take that plastic and turn it into all types of things. Last time, if you joined us, we made these cool bird feeders made out of bottles that were reused. Plastics also, when you do recycle them, any plastic piece you find has a little number on the bottom. So you might have to get your bigger maker out and take a look at that number and make sure it's a 1 or 2 to recycle. That means you have to be careful as far as the ones you do throw away. Make sure it's the right ones that can be recycled. If not, reuse them. Let's see. Mr. Tony takes his plastics. You have egg cartons at home? This is really cool. You need a simple palette for your paints. This one I use and it can close up and I can walk around and store it for quite a while and reuse that plastic and keep going and going on that one. Let's see, what else? Plastic bags. 10 to 20 years to break down. And where do they mostly end up? Not only in landfills, but in the oceans. right? And that's a huge thing. If you see something on the beach, take a plastic bag or a reusable bag, pick this stuff up. What animal likes to eat things that look like plastic bags, jellyfish? Our sea turtles. We don't want them getting wrapped up in this, right? They choke on this constantly, so we need to do our part. Stop using plastic bags. Go use the recyclable ones or the reusable. Buy the right ones. Plastic straws, I don't know if everyone's seen that video. A sea turtle with one stuck up its nostril. Just by you getting the reusable ones like Mike talked about, that can help save these sea creatures. 80% of the deaths that we see in these creatures are based on plastics. So we have to cut this down. Let's see. Plastics, another thing. I decided to find some milk jugs laying around the house, and I realized, well, it's got just the right shape for Tony Stark's, aka Iron Man. You can make your own costumes, you can build your own outfits out of it using cardboard, plastic, and guess what? It's not going to fall apart outside, which is really cool. All right, let's see. For paper. Now, paper is all over the place. And it's not too bad because paper can actually take only about 6 weeks to decompose or break down. Fruits and veggies, the same thing. So you can compost paper, right? If you have a compost at home, doesn't take long to make one. Or you can recycle your paper products. A lot of people have books, but they're getting rid of books like crazy, right? And they're throwing them away. Well, guess what? Oh, this is one of my favorites right here. Thank you, Aunt Raynell, for this one. A very beautiful gift from my wife. Thank you, Jess, for this. From Aunt Raynell, who does this special type of art form. I had never seen it before. She takes old books and does this special type of cutting and folding method, and she made this beautiful native eagle one for me. This one blew my mind. I said, any other person would have seen that book as a piece of garbage, but it became one of the most treasured gifts that I have sitting at my home today. So these are creative ways, and for the kids, we did that project with your chinchilla, just with 2 paper plates, right? You can make masks out of them also. So the possibilities are endless. Aluminum cans, right? They can take thousands of years to break down. And you can just throw them away, whatever, but it's better off. You should definitely recycle them, but you can also turn it into what we're going to talk about today, which is a really cool planter or holder. And this is something that is really easy to come by. You find them all over the place, and we'll just go over that in just a minute as far as the special ingredients that we use for that. Let's just take a look here. Let's do it now, actually. Are we ready? All right. So for this one right here, a simple aluminum can. Mother's Day is coming up. So I said, what's something that we can upsculpt and upcycle to change into something useful? Well, what's better than something that can plant flowers, right? Instead of going out and looking for another pot to throw away, just take an aluminum can, right?
Sorry, technical difficulties. Take
an aluminum can and you can paint it into your favorite animal. Hey, why not celebrate endangered species? And I call this feeding 2 birds with 1 seed. Recycling, but also making it into something very special for someone else. Not hard to do.
We're stuck on Zoom. Hold on 1 second.
Right, see you over there?
You're just really close up.
Now, the plastic bottles.
What the heck?
Can you see it now?
Yeah, we can see it, but it just won't zoom out.
This is good that you can see it up close. What animal is this? A who? A who? A who? Okay, good. This one is a little screech owl. I painted this to be a cool planter. Now, this is all you need to do at home with this. Just find an old bottle, have the parent or guardian help you cut the top of the bottle with a scissor or something sharp, cut it in half so it has the opening, and then put a couple of holes in the bottle so it drains right in the bottom. And then add your soil, and then add your plant. And that's a very cool way. But then I found a really awesome another way to do it. So we have our owl there. This one is our aquatic creature. Can you see that one? Mm-hmm. All right, good. This one right here is a really cool idea where you can take the bottle itself, right? Here's the whole bottle. Cut the bottom off, flip it to the bottom of your bottle, and you have a drainage holder right at the base of your bottle. How cool is that? And then you plant your plant. As the water goes through, you have a drainage pot built in. 2 purposes in one. Very, very cool. Does anyone at home do recycled art or anything? If you made one of these recycled bird feeders last time out of the bottle, you did. And we're going to continue with this. I just want to say, everyone at home, you can make a difference, whether it's little or big. You want to think big? Let me show you something really cool here. Back in the day, starting here at the QWR Wildlife Refuge, going about 10 years ago, we decided to do a group project, recycling. You okay there?
I'm just getting further and further away from you to zoom out because
Recycling these special materials from plastic to aluminum and garbage of all types. Can everyone see that picture right there? This is the Quaggas monster, built with Ginger Anderson and the crew here at the QWR Wildlife Refuge for Spooky Walk. The idea came from a very simple sketch, and I'll just show you this. Every idea, whether it's garbage cycling, sculpture, painting, comes from a sketch. We said, let's work together, take some old bottles, an old rowboat that actually still floated, some tarps, plastic bottles for eyes, screening, and we made the Quaggas monster. It was the creepiest looking thing, one of the coolest things that we ever had built. So you can think small, you can think big. When it comes to doing art, this type of art, do it as a group. Enjoy your family time, enjoy your friends. This is not a lonely thing to do, and you're saving money by doing it and saving the planet and animals at the same time. So, what I'd like to leave you with today is something very simple. When someone says, I can't make a difference, I can't change the world by myself, the truth is, you can. And I hear from children all the time that they love doing this. This is innate and natural to them. They need to teach the adults, hey, this is what we can do. And I think of one story of a little girl walking along the beach, and there's starfish all over the beach, and they washed up, and she's panicking. She's starting to throw each one into the water one by one, and there's a gentleman standing there like this, just watching him, older man, and he's shaking his head saying, why are you doing that? You can't save all the starfish. You can't make a difference. It doesn't matter what you're doing. And she stopped for a moment. She looked down at that starfish she was about to pick up. She gently put it in the water, and she looked back at that old man. She said, it made a difference for this one. And that's so important. Just that little bit that you do, whether it's recycling, upcycling, will make a difference for this planet, and we're counting on you to do that. And it turns into something beautiful for other people. So if anyone has any questions at all during this time, share any ideas. Maybe you can go and do a beach cleanup or a park cleanup with your friends and family during this time. And maybe bring some to us. We can maybe build a really cool upcycled piece here at the refuge. We're thinking of doing a sculpture of some sort that's a receptacle for recyclables. So does anyone have any questions, any ideas that they'd like to share at all? If not, I'll share one other thing here, which is, who loves walking along the beach? Very good. Walking at the QWR Wildlife Refuge. Whenever I walk at the beach especially, I see Mother Nature's gifts to us spread all over the place. And reusing means not seeing something as a piece of trash, but something beautiful. What do you see when you see there? Just looks like a piece of wood, right? What do you see?
I see a fish.
Fish, right? Most people see a fish, a whale. I was like, wow, this could be anything. It's like looking at a cloud. Everything in nature gives us ideas and connections. What I saw in this one was this crazy, perfect shape of my favorite animals. So we have the bald eagle right here on this side. And if you look carefully, you'll see the turtle on this side, all carved out by Mother Nature, ready to go and sanded. All I did was use a wood burning tool and burn that design in there to reuse this for a beautiful sculpture. Anyone else might have thrown it into a fire to burn up. But this is where you can see the beauty in nature every single day. Now what I found out is 75% of the garbage we have, ladies and gentlemen at home, can be recycled. We only do about 35% of it. So we need to upscale that a lot more and do the best we can. Think of everything as if it's art. So when you go outside, it's not just a world that you have no connection to. It's time to put down the iPads, the iPhones, and the I forgot sometimes, and get out into nature with your friends and family.
I don't think we have any questions, Tony. Lots of compliments, though. Very cool art.
Thank you.
Very creative.
So who's going to try this one at home? Grab a bottle, grab a can, plant some plants for Mother's Day and give it as a gift. And do want to celebrate your favorite animal too. Your animal totem is a very cool thing to celebrate with this project. Another neat piece of wood, that one right down there, there's a stump. Most people cut up stumps and throw them out in the trash. Well, this one turned into a toadstool. A little bit of chainsawing and carving, instead of tossing it away, became something that kids can enjoy in the reading area. And this is how we should think. save your money, and become a free cycler. All right. If there's any places that you'd like to donate things, talk about free cycling very quickly. Salvation Army, the VA, Reuse It centers in West Hampton Beach and Hampton Bays. And the compost that you have can all go to these places, but there's also these places where instead of throwing out perfectly good things, put it in their area where they can actually make money from it and help other people to use it. I see a lot of good garbage just being tossed out because no one wants it, but it should be upcycled and free cycled, we call it, to other people. So keep that in mind too. I hope you enjoyed this program today, everyone. And Tony Stark signing out here. See you later.